Hello, welcome back to P-Storm. Today, we are playing Danganronpa 2, and it's trial time, baby. We're gonna find out who killed Nekomaru. I mean, obviously, Monokuma had a big hand in it. He might have planned specifically for Nekomaru to get killed. But, you know, we're gonna find out who he actually manipulated into doing it.
But it's so exhausting to discuss useless things, so let's just get on with it already.
So sad. My chest hurts. Forcing everyone to do this is so sad.
Hey, don't go talking without permission after I've said my catchphrase. Otherwise, I'll roll a dice, and based on the result, I'll give you a sex change operations that many times. What the fuck?
What an extreme punishment.
Now then, let's get on with it once again. Let's get a move on, boys and girls.
What even is this courtroom? And so it begins. I hope this would never happen again, and now it's happening for the 4th time. The curtain of the 4th class trial was about to open. Nekomaru Nidai, the ultimate team manager. He was more passionate, more daring, more honest than anyone I'd ever met. Truly, he was more man than any of us. He sacrificed his body to protect Akane, and his appearance changed drastically because of that. But he still tried to live earnestly. Just when I finally got used to his new form, Nekomaru's killer is one of us. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. I won't let this be excused. I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekomaru, who betrayed their friends, I will never ever forgive them. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair has begun. I already saved, so no. And I don't think I gained any new skills since the last trial, so we'll just go right on ahead. Hop right into it!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you'll present your arguments for who the killer is, and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the Blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go. Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry, got it? Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth. Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding. I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 AM. I headed over to Grape Tower for Monokuma Tai Chi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me. Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning? Don't tell me you three were together since last night. Imbecile! I'm not some woman with flexible legs. What does that mean? Of course you're not. You're much classier than that. With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy. We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together. And then the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body. The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over. We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck. So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and head for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that. Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget those boring intros, let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely somebody from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly, so it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes. One of you better hurry up and confess or I'll break all of you in half.
You're the cruelest one here.
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions. The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
Huh?
Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
Huh?
What the heck, you guys? The weapon... You can totally tell just by looking.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking? It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... Alright, what do we got? Wire, oil on the floor, tipped over pillar, new looking hammer, chain, pillar fragments, broken doorknob. Jeez, that's a lot of truth bullets. I have 7 motherfucking truth bullets. Okay. Alright, so space slows it down, and control speeds it up. Right, just relearning the controls here. Surprise beating. That ain't it, Chief. The hammer in the tower was the weapon. Like he said, it looks like that's the case, but... Yeah, I think the fact that it's specifically described as a new-looking hammer is, yeah. That's what I thought. No, I can't accept that the hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least. But the hammer was clean, so that's why you can't accept that it's the Moida weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off all the oil later.
Why?
Well, obviously to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? What? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they could have just discarded the hammer. You're pretty insightful, baby gangster. Baby gangster? Me?
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys. Sure. I thought maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something. It seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru? That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon, so whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The actual weapon has oil on it, but if it's something at the crime scene that had oil on it... Nekomaru's body? As I recall, there was oil on Nekomaru's body, right? So what? You better not say Nekomaru's body was the murder weapon. That doesn't even make any sense. No shit, there's oil on his body. It was bleeding out his body, after all. You're right. I'm sorry. Forget about it. Alright, yeah, the pillar is gonna be my second guess. The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar. Then that pillar's the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon. Wait, what? Okay, those two statements weren't connected at all, but whatever. Well, why? We tried to move it, right? It's no use. It's barely budging. Didn't I tell you? Yeah, that pillar was pretty frickin' heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar. Huh? Who are you talking about? Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar will be real easy. So he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself? You mean Nekomaru killed himself? Don't be stupid, he ain't the type to commit suicide. Then, even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all. Well, I guess you're right. What the heck? But it does bother me a little. That word, suicide. By the way, the fourth murder of the killing school life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh? No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide. But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of. There may be a way to use a pillar as a weapon without lifting it. Huh? For reals? Yes, for reals. I see. So my gut was right after all. Alright, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon. Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go. Okay. Yeah. The killer murdered Nekomaru by tipping over that pillar. Is that really it? Is that it? No, that's not it. You saying the pillow wasn't that heavy? If that's true, then show me proof. If you don't, I won't accept it. Yeah, none of these really, like, contradict anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna see what she says. What does that have to do with the fact that the killer tipped over the pillar? Jeez, cease your questioning and stay back. The killer tipped over the pillar? Yeah, I'm stumped already, dude. Oh, shit. Maybe I have to flashback. That wasn't it either? I was like, oh, maybe the pillar was too heavy to tip over. Well, there are only so many possibilities. Yeah, I guess just use the tried and true strategy of try everything on everything. Alright, pillar fragments. What the hell? That was it? If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body. Huh? Fragments? The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead. I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how the killer murdered Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar. Why are you so certain about that? I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that instinct is wrong, can we? Huh? There is another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it yet. Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys are the same as usual. Oh, shit. You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation. You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you, so I guess I could lend a hand. Hey, Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore? I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame. Huh? What do you mean? Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill. Well, first of all, the pillar itself was not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there is a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course. The ultimate weapon. An ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is? Of course I know, but I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know? We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon. I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out of the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you're far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 Dark Devas of destruction.
I see. I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon? In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse. Huh? The secret of the funhouse? You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course. Except for Hajime? If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys. Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they're both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
For show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion. The 2 houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too. I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Wait, what? I didn't. I don't follow. Okay, how many do I have? Okay. Okay, the exact same place. Walls are different colors. Designs on the floor. This whole time we've been thinking of the two towers of the same building, but if that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here. Okay, so the broken doorknob, strange feeling, the wire, the goodnight button, tipped over pillar, wall clock, and Fuyuhiko's account. What is Fuyuhiko's account? Apparently Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking toward the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 a.m. Okay, so that's probably not it. Strange feeling in tower. Regardless of whether you enter the tower from Grape Hall or Strawberry Hall, the placement of Nekomaru's body, the tipped-over pillar, the oil stains, and even the disassembled parts Kazuichi arranged look exactly the same. Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm supposed to shoot. Both of those towers, are they really the same place? Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. When we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed for the same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer? Does that mean he's wrong? Oops, I guess I've said too much. If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again. Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body while we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower? But we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower, then Monokuma did it! While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around. But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too? If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there's no bread, let them eat cake. I don't understand anything that's going on here. Okay, so there are many different ways. Okay, advance! Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time, that might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think? Shit. Damn it, I was overcome. She's gonna go back to the original topic. As expected of a princess, she's overcoming my arguments with great confidence. I had to counter her remarks and wait for an opportunity to refute her. What the fuck? Why do I keep running out of cuts? I was able to do it the first time. What the fuck? Oh my god, this is bullshit. Do I have to, like... Yeah, I can't change the difficulty from here either. Okay, okay. So I have to slice the first two statements at once. Okay, building the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. Everything at the crime scene. No, there's definitely a hole in what she just said. I had to show her the evidence that contradicts that. Is that it? No.
That is an odd apples of an assumption. There's no way I can understand what you were saying.
Damn it. I won't be able to cut through Sonia's rebuttal with this. Okay, leave that alone, and then... The oil on the floor. Moving the body and the pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
Huh?
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it. Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
It's alright. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building? I still don't understand how... I still don't see the connection. We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success. It's like what's wrong with the possibility that the floor was simply rotated? How does that... whatever. Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh? This mystery ties into the secret of the funhouse. Well, we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. Then the only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues. Hey, Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something. Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him? But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it. I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action. He performed the appropriate action in order to learn the secret. Could he be talking about... You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you? That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small, conspicuous window waited all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery. Strange scenery? Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep. Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket. See, this is it. As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture. Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think this is weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right? Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture? Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time? What doesn't make sense in this picture? Yeah. The space on one side of the tower is totally empty. If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle, which means if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all. I see. And is that it? Nagito said there's lots of other things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. I mean, what else is there? Here? It's the tower, right? There's only one tower in the picture. That's what we've been thinking or there's only one tower in the picture. That's what we've been thinking all along. Which means it's not unnatural at all, don't you agree? The trees? What? You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House. Yeah, it should have been. Then this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angle suggests it was taken from higher up. That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower. It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye? From this point on, do your own thinking, now that you've finally met the same requirements as me. If you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue. The other clue? Was he talking about that one time? Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How'd you even come here? Maybe I teleported. You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right? I'm asking you to just be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from? The top floor, right? Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already? The top floor. So the third floor? But the Monokuma Archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House. What does it mean? Was that thing just now another hint to figuring out the mystery behind the funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe... Yeah, the houses don't rotate... Yeah, the houses don't rotate horizontally when you take the elevator. I think they actually flip. It's like some weird anti-gravity shit. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened in this game. Not by a long shot. God damn it. Maybe I should shut up for a sec. Okay, question 1. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? I would say they do. Okay, that's correct. Oh, come on, really? That wasn't even... Whatever. You're a real son of a bitch. God, stop. Okay. Alright, question 2. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? Still betting on them being... How the game wants me to say they're two different buildings. Even though... Oh, what the hell? I guess they are. I guess they're the same building. Whee! Alright, question 3. Are Strawberry House and Grape House how are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other? Alright. Here comes the big question. I'm gonna say vertically, and that is correct. I got it. I know the secret of the funhouse. Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder? In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where'd Grape House go? There's only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors. Same building, different floors? Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building? If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located. Yeah, the floor is above Grape House, I think. On top of Grape House, that's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House. Oh snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically. But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes. Strawberry House is 4-sided and Grape House is 6-sided, right? It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon overlaid on top of each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings. In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd. Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a funhouse?
Then it's true? The building really was like that?
That's right. Those two houses exist on different floors of the same building.
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses? Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House, Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower. However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places? Oh, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then, I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia. Oh, I see. Do whatever you like. I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me. Was that a Goofy movie reference? Gonna stand out till you notice me. Okay. Something about a dummy. Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy. A dummy of Nekomaru's body existed? Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? But is something like that even possible? Yeah, the Monokuma file might actually be the right answer for once. Nope. Ugh, you're not even making any sense. If you got something to say, just say it. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing a flashback again. I figured, like, you know, his mechanical body was so complex it'd be impossible to make a dummy of it. So, okay, that wasn't the answer. Guess it's time to try everything with everything again. Okay, there are no contradictions whatsoever in that statement, so I'm not even gonna try shooting that one. It's like that statement is so blatantly correct, it's not even worth shooting. Okay. I'm, like, completely lost here. Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account. Huh? Me? Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved, and that's when you said... Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too. Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy. Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story. Took the words right out of my mouth, Sonia. Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right? It's alright. Kazuichi's not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken. I see. That is disappointing. I'm even more disappointed. However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer. The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors... Maybe it was simply moved? The body moved to a different floor? You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building? I get the feeling, yeah, there's a second elevator in the tower. A device like that? That's why it takes a while for the door to open, and why you can't be in both Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower at once. A device that transports things to different floors in the same building. It's a fucking elevator. I feel like I've seen that before. It's the elevator! Oh my god, are you serious? Can you spell the word elevator? Okay, just look for an E. Or a L, rather. Oh my god. Thank you. Elevator, bitches. You must be talking about an elevator. What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator? Where the hell's this elevator anyway? It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right? So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator. Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower, and a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower? I mean, that's just to add to the illusion, probably.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone. Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
I mean, the killer had obviously been to the final dead room, so they knew how the tower elevator worked. So my guess is they were trying to trick everyone into thinking it was still one building that you can enter from two different sides.
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad. What did you say?
So let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on, what does everything that hasn't changed have in common? The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact that they all moved with the elevator. The one thing these all have in common... they were all on the floor. Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change? And? Why'd the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it. There's something unique about that elevator. So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved. Only the floor moved? Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design. Then, where do the different floors lead? I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show. Just for show? Why was something like that necessary? So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure. I don't get it, but I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, Monomi?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably left there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible. Why? Because of that chain, you guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but...
Seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's gonna happen to the chain on the other side of the door? Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh? The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen the contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that, and that's why he made us stay away from Strawberry Tower. They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that? Would it have really inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building? It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on, you're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building's structure. What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside the Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend. What does this mean?
What does this mean? I agree. What does this mean? If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. It probably moves diagonally. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? I'm telling you, the elevator moves diagonally. Oh shit. The track's missing an instrument. Shit's getting real. I don't think this version of the track was in the first game's soundtrack. I think it might be new. So Gundam and Sonia have matching arguments. It sounds like it makes sense, but is that really correct? So broken doorknob, strange feeling in elevator, Akane's account, Fuyuhiko's account, contact elevator, Nagito's sudden appearance, and Kazuichi's account. Yeah, Kazuichi's account is definitely what I need here. Alright, I got you now. I got you now, you fucking moron, bitch! The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi? Huh? Me? Come on, you used the elevator while you were holding the compass Nagito gave you, right? Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees. Rotated 180 degrees? Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right? And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House. An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park. Oh.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
You know, it's kind of like programming, you know, like the code. It doesn't matter what a fucking mess the code is, as long as the end product is a playable game. Just take Super Mario 64, for example. Super Mario Galaxy.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear, so I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lousy humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar? Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know? What is this Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet. Oh my. I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily. What an Octagon means? If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right? I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable. Jesus Christ, that's brutal. It's like, oh, you weren't personally scouted out by Host Peak? That means you're so dumb you don't even know what a fucking octagon is. Guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon? The place befitting of the name Octagon. It's probably... what? Okay, that's a hexagon. That's a quadrilateral. I don't see it. That's a circle or a cylinder or what have you. You know, I probably have enough health to try everything, so... The elevator is the octagon? Huh? Why? Huh? The octagon is inside the tower? But isn't the tower circular? Grape House is the octagon, but isn't Grape House six-sided? I don't get it. Well,